Well, journalism has ended up being almost a lifelong passion. And it started, strangely enough, not even writing or doing anything in journalism, but it started as a paperboy for the Fresno Bee when I was a kid in Sanger.
Tom was our middle child, but for the middle child, he brought a lot of spark, entertainment, and he kept us on our toes. Tom always showed his interest in education. We all as a family became involved in Comité Cívico, which was the organization that would put on the 16th of September celebration every year.
But two things happened specifically. One, I came to a workshop at Fresno State, a journalism workshop, with Mr. Jim Tucker, and got really turned on to journalism even more. And then right after high school, even though I had learned in high school, I had learned a lot of things. I had learned photography, I knew darkroom techniques, I knew how to put a yearbook together, I knew how to put a newspaper together, I knew how to write for all those things. There was a workshop that Channel 30 had started back, and it was like in the early 70s. And it was basically a workshop in Central Fresno for young Chicanos like myself to go in and learn photography, writing, just exposure to media in general. It was taught by a lot of the journalists, Chicano journalists who were already working, and they were all behind the scenes. There weren't very many on air, but most of them were behind the scenes. Guys like Oscar De Leon, Bobby Paramo, Alberto Dominguez, and other community leaders like Ricardo Duran, Elisa Risco, who were all pushing for this. What that did, what Telemex gave me, was a chance to get a feel for my own community. And it didn't really take hold then. That was like in '73 maybe. It wasn't until '75 when I enrolled at Fresno State, when I met the Chicano community here at Fresno State. I took La Raza Studies classes, and it was very interesting, very opened my eyes even more. And as I got to know the community here at Fresno State, it really, I think, brought my consciousness to a real high level of interest. And I got a taste of how I could use my talents and my abilities to tell the story about our communities, even in some little way like Sanger. So certainly by the time I got to Fresno State, I joined the La Voz staff and started to do the same thing there, and started to work on the Chicano Youth Conference Committee. And we put together a little program book along the same lines as the one we did in Sanger. So we started doing that, and all it was an expansion where we would write stories, not just put the agenda and not just put ads, but actually write stories about what we were doing and put a lot of details about the workshops and who was coming and who our guest speaker was and what clubs are doing on campus. Eventually we built it into a club's yearbook type thing. And then the same thing happened with Chicano Commencement, which was getting started right at that time with Chicano Alumni. We decided to do our publication. We started a magazine, we called it Sentimientos, and we made the Chicano Commencement one of the themes of the year, in which we then did a yearbook type thing. So it was really bringing all the high school stuff into play as a yearbook, as the Fiestas Patrias book here at Fresno State, and it was received well. There was a lot of...
Always we knew at the Fresno Bee, when I was the editor and a reporter there and on the editorial page, that if we needed help on a university story or project, that Tom was right there. He would get the right people to us. It would be professional and be well done.
He's a community treasure. He's someone who is really a rock star in our community. It's not very often somebody like Tom Uribes comes around who is a great person. He's knowledgeable, he's a professional, and he's raised up this community as well as Fresno State. So we're very fortunate to have him.
So as a mentor there, he was our advisor. There were some challenges that we faced, but he also created an atmosphere where we could learn and practice our skills. So we were creating Latinos for the Chicano Alumni Association, the Chicano Commencement celebrations. We were selling ads, and from that we were able to raise money so that we could go to job fairs. being Latino students on campus, Chicano students on campus, having an opportunity to relate with somebody who was maybe having a lot of the same issues or struggles that you had. You know, we're first generation students, a lot of us. And so to be brown on campus and have other people who are brown with you in journalism was really special.
I learned not only the type of professional that I want to be, but also the person, the type of person that I want to be. Tom is very inspiring. Many people in the community at Fresno State and outside of Fresno State, the minute they hear his name, they know Tom Uribes. And that is the kind of person that I want to be. I want people to know my name, you know, and who I am as soon as they hear my name. I struggled with that a lot during my last semester, and that's also when Tom retired, and he was always the one saying, you're gonna make it, you're gonna do it, you're gonna be okay. And when he left, it was kind of hard for me to continue believing in myself, but you know, he would always call me, you know, even if it was just for a few minutes, and say, just keep pushing, you're gonna do this, you're gonna be okay. Yeah.
Whereas he has served as a crucial intermediary between the public and Fresno State, writing numerous stories and news releases for the purpose of exposing to the world the best and brightest students and ideas that the university has to offer. Whereas Tom has earned the respect of many through his exemplary work, we wish you the best as you embark on your retirement journey. Now here's the best part. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, Mayor Lee Brand, and the entire Fresno City Council do hereby declare, proclaim, and ordain today in the city of Fresno, November 30th, to be Tom Uribes Day for the city of Fresno.
Se me acabó, no me puedo resistir. Si voy a seguir sufriendo, mejor quisiera morir. Yo voy vagando en el mundo sin saber a dónde ir. Los años que van pasando, no me canso de esperar. Y a veces me estoy